And yet, Beth, Republicans are worried too, and their choice is between 2014 and 2016 and whether to focus on policy or the politics of those 2 years.
Right, and it really depends on what type of Republican you ask. If you ask a congressional Republican who's interested in maximizing their control of the House and sees the Senate, tantalizingly in reach, they would say, keep focusing on 2014. Obamacare is working for us. The president's low approval is working for us. Full steam ahead. All signs are looking very favorably for Republicans. If you talk to folks who are looking ahead to 2016, who are thinking about the presidential campaign, who remember how poorly Mitt Romney did with Hispanics and Asian Americans and African Americans, and not as well with unmarried women, they're hand-wringing a little bit and saying, wow, I wish we had done immigration reform, because it's sure going to be hard to do that in 2015.
Beth, you mentioned the results of the presidential election, and you'll remember the Republicans did this long sort of autopsy report just a little more than a year ago on that, and they came out with some lessons, particularly about appealing to Hispanic voters, appealing to women, and so forth. A year later, what's the status of that report? Did it really make a difference in the way they are conducting their campaigns for the midterms?
I think the RNC has definitely pointed the party in a certain direction. I mean, they've made it clear these are the priorities. This is the outreach we need to do. And they actually went so far to say, we highly recommend that you take up immigration reform. But, the RNC is a party apparatus. They are not candidates and elected officials. They can only do so much. And, clearly immigration reform is barely alive, and we may never see it this cycle. So, I mean, that is, really, if you could say what hasn't happened, that's really the glaring void.